Hello. How are you? Thank you so much for joining me today. Hope you're doing good. Today we're going to be taking a look at the differences between the UK police equipment and the US police equipment, which is, I mean, I love the subject of the differences between the UK police and the American police. It's just a really fascinating subject. And I know that for the most part, the UK police are unarmed, but I also know that if you need to call in the big guns, they're hiding somewhere down in a bunker. You guys have the equipment. It's just that not every cop has lethal force strapped to them at all times, which probably is not necessary if there's not 300 million guns in civilian hands in the country, like there is here in America. Anyway, but it also does make me interested to see, like, okay, if they're not carrying lethal force, hey, hold on. If they're not carrying lethal force, then maybe they have some interesting other gadgets. You know what I mean? Something to, like, you know, police here have stun guns and pepper spray, I think. I thought this was like, here's the UK police and here's the American police. I was like, oh, they're pretty similar. No, these are just two UK police guys. All right, let's see.
Okay, so from top to bottom, we have our PR, our radio, communicating with each other and to control. We've got a body-worn video that's activated on most jobs. It's got a 30-second buffer, so that when we do activate it, it pre-
They've all got a 30-second buffer, you know what I mean? But it's always without the audio. When will the technology be here? I don't know if you guys know what I'm talking about. Just whenever they hit record, it'll take the previous 30 seconds and add that to the recording, but it'll be without audio. That's convenient, isn't it? I want to hear the audio. When's the camera company Axon going to figure that out?
30 seconds, so
but, I mean, it's really cool to see how common police cameras are. These ones are very, I don't know, large and noticeable. The American ones are a little bit more, like, typically a little bit more blending into their uniform.
It gives us some sort of time, so if we do miss anything, we don't press it in time. It pre-records 30 seconds beforehand, which is quite useful.
This guy
I'm
is
carrying a taser, which is
kind of quiet.
Currently in Kent,
taser.
Yeah,
standard here in America too.
That's the taser itself.
The bad part is when the cop accidentally pulls out the gun thinking they've pulled out their taser. That has caused some horrible situations here in America. Yeah. Maybe it shouldn't be like have the exact same ergonomics as a firearm. Maybe.
It's an X2. It's got two shots capability. That's recently come in over the past year. Parva, which is a pepper spray. Which
I know I said the American police have pepper spray, but I'm not sure if they all do carry that.
All officers carry. The ASP baton.
What is that? Oh, a baton. Wait, you guys call it a baton?
Which all officers carry. The ASP baton.
That's how you pronounce baton? Baton? I'm just kind of surprised because I always thought baton sounded kind of British. Baton. My baton. Like the baton. I don't know. Anyway, that's another thing. I don't know if American police carry a baton. It's kind of a weird concept. It would look really bad. I'm not going to lie, with the way like race relations and everything here is in America. There's something about like a cop smacking a minority with a baton, like a stick, that would look really bad. I guess it's better than a gun, but yeah, I don't think American police use batons.
Rigid handcuffs, and then these are fast straps. So if someone's being particularly unmanageable, these Velcro straps can be placed around their legs just to make them more manageable.
A lot of colleagues, I've got most of the kit, albeit just apart from the taser.
So the most noticeable thing, obviously, he's going to have is his
we got American police now.
his sidearm. These are a Glock 9mm semi-automatic.
Hey, you don't need anything else if you've got that.
Handgun. In addition to that, he'll have his impact weapon, his baton.
Oh. You know, they don't seem to use those much.
Tex gloves.
I wouldn't have
combat
even known he
tourniquet
had that.
To be able to use on civilians or fellow officers or himself for that matter. He
Surely the UK police have tourniquets, right?
carries a leather.
Whether it's for themselves or someone else. I'm sure they have it in their car at the least. Maybe you don't need to carry a tourniquet if, once again, the civilians are unarmed. You know what I mean? Like, that's typically, you need a serious, if you're using a tourniquet, it's because you have a serious wound. And to be carrying that on you at all time, maybe it's not necessary in the UK.
Leatherman multi-tool, handcuffs, spare magazines for his sidearm, his taser, his radio, and an individual first aid kit, which is, again, another gunshot wound and severe bleeding prevention kit.
Sergeant, how heavy is the kit you're carrying, and does it sometimes get a little cumbersome?
It's about 30 pounds total between everything I carry. It does get cumbersome when you first put it on.
It looks like so much more than the UK.
Had to get used to these
I guess mostly because of the firearm and the magazines.
extra pouches here, but after a while your body adapts to the extra bulk. And
Also, their radio, and this is how most American police radios do look, is, you know, it's on their hip and then also goes all the way up to their chest. So it's kind of like double the size.
you don't feel it after a while.
Now, you're a fit bloke. You obviously work out, but I can't help but notice there's a bulge on your chest as well. Unless that's muscle, that's something. What have you got there?
I have a secondary firearm here.
So overall, our kit weighs around 7 kilograms.
Isn't that interesting? There's always talk about, you know, criminals reaching for the policeman's gun. You know what I mean? That's like obviously that's one of the stupidest mistakes you can make, is to do that, because then you are not going to make it out. Probably not going to make it out of that situation. But, you know, so it's sort of interesting. And I have seen where the criminal did get the firearm off the cop. And so to have that secondary firearm seems a little bit excessive, but I think that's why.
Kilograms. I'm wearing the stab vest and the kit belt. There's also an optional load vest as well, which some people prefer to wear. That obviously distributes the kit we have more on the body, whereas my kit is mainly distributed on the belt.
Hold on. All right, I'm back. Sorry.
So the kit we have more on the body, whereas my kit is mainly distributed on the belt itself. Depends on personal preference on whether that's on what you wear, but that's obviously up to you.
You know, of course, this is super anecdotal, but this cop doesn't have the demeanor of most American police. You know what I mean? He seems like friendly. Like, he's not super loud or anything. He's kind of soft-spoken. He's kind of got friendly eyes. I don't know what... It's kind of a stupid observation, maybe, but it's interesting.
The individual officer.
Could you imagine going on patrol either without your firearm or your taser?
No, not
Why
at all. The job we do is extremely dangerous and unpredictable.
Well, why would you not want the taser at the minimum? I mean, I know it can be dangerous, of course. It can be lethal. Like, I don't know. It's happened. It has happened. But for the most part, it's a pretty extremely useful tool. You know what I mean? You can try to de-escalate a situation from a short distance away.
To go out there unarmed is insane to me.
In the UK, office...
I mean, I just realized that saying tasing someone is de-escalating a situation. That would normally not be the case. That would normally be escalating the situation. But if stuff is getting really crazy already, it could de-escalate it by just making the guy, you know, follow the ground and he can't move.
Don't have anything like that. The best they have is a pepper spray. Would you be prepared to police the streets of London like that? What would you say to those guys and women who do it in London?
I give them
in the whole of England, actually, sorry.
I give them a lot of credit for doing what they do without the weapons and tools that we have here. I don't think I'd be a police officer over there, essentially going at the mercy of the...
But the people don't have guns. You know what I mean? I mean, that makes a big difference. Now, with that said, it does seem weird that, for example, someone with a knife just by having a knife on you, you're like out arming the police. Is that weird? That seems weird to me. Maybe they do carry a knife.
Wolves.
Captain, could you imagine?
That would be weird, though. They probably don't carry a knife. Because that's just weird. If you're, like, in what situation would the police ever want to be using a knife on someone? That would be pretty messed up.
Sending your officers out without a taser, without a firearm of some sort?
I would sooner go out without shoes than I would without the kit like this.
And I guess you feel the same, Sergeant. It's like putting your shoes on, right?
Correct.
Well, sadly, that's probably just because here in America, certain city blocks is like a war zone, practically. We put this to the UK officers in Kent. Put what? What does that mean?
I think it's a different environment out there. I think the taser rollout for us would give us a very good.
Man, what is with the audio with these guys in the UK? Gosh, they got the loud ass Americans mic'd up great, and then what kind of microphone did they have here in the UK?
I think the taser rollout for us would give us a very good. Would give us enough useful force in this country. We obviously don't kind of have the same level of gun crime that they do in America. And a lot of our kit is very similar. It's really just the firearm that we are lacking.
Yeah, I believe
He's also probably not wearing a bulletproof vest, is he? Safe to assume, huh? It looks just like it's more lightweight, like he doesn't have a vest on.
the mere presence of having a
Can't
taser
tell.
is almost enough sometimes to prevent a subject becoming aggressive or violent towards myself or my colleagues. It's a bright colour. It stands out. People are aware of its capabilities. When I go into jobs without having a taser as an option,
It'd be scary.
They have an advantage over me to some degree.
Yeah. I mean, that's scary. At that point, without even having a taser, you're just going toe to toe if you need to. Like, you're literally just fighting. And you never know. I mean, yeah, cops should be fit, but it's not like you're not going to run across someone who's bigger than you, stronger out there. So to just go toe to toe, it's just, fisticuffs. I mean, what do? You just have a baton? That's more surprising to me than not having a gun is not having a taser.
Whilst I've still got kit, taser would be a lot more helpful in some situations.
You better hope you're not outnumbered if you don't have anything. I mean, they did. He said they do have pepper spray. Damn, you got to be brave, honestly. It's almost kind of ironic. Like, you think of the American cops like, oh, they have all this equipment and stuff. Like, it's more, it's like the military where, it's like a brave soldier. But it's like in the UK, you got to be pretty brave because you don't have all that potentially excessive equipment, and you've still got to get the job done. And you're out there, and damn, shout out to any UK police. That was cool. That was a fun video. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you guys are doing good. It's Christmas time. I'm excited. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye.